She is sure. She is sure. She is strong. She is strong. She is true. She is true. She is brave. She is brave. She is bold. She is bold. She is you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Word of Mom Radio here on the Word of Mom Media Network. I'm your host, Dori DeCarlo, and you know we are here week after week, show after show, breaking those myths that mompreneurs and businesswomen, especially those of us building our businesses from home, that we're just dabbling in between bake sales and getting our nails done. We're not. We are smart, we are savvy, and we are sharing the wisdom of women in business and in life. And I'm looking forward to bringing today's guest into our show. Tara Turnure is the founder and CEO of BeautyDrip, a luxury wellness brand that combines beauty and biotechnology to deliver personalized health solutions. After overcoming her own health challenges post-pregnancy through functional medicine and GLP-1 therapies, Tara launched BeautyDrip in 2024 to help others achieve lasting transformation. Previously, she's worked as a model, TV host, a digital creator, founded the Model Mama lifestyle platform, and partnered with major global brands. A former Miss Washington, USA, Tara holds a degree in business marketing and communications from Northeastern University and lives in the Pacific Northwest with her family. Through BeautyDrip and her media channels, she advocates for science-based wellness and empowerment. And I could continue on because there's so much to say, but I'd rather have Tara in. So Tara, welcome to Word of Mom Radio.
Oh, thank you. That was such a beautiful introduction. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm thrilled to have you, and I would love for you to take us on your journey that has led you to creating BeautyDrip.
Yes. Yeah, BeautyDrip has been the most incredible, challenging, but exciting adventure of my career. But I do feel like creating BeautyDrip was the true culmination of everything I had done thus far in my career, because I'm a self-proclaimed beauty and wellness expert after being a model for, 20 plus years. I also, worked for Fox Sports, was a sideline reporter, and had a beauty and wellness lifestyle show in Los Angeles called the Model Mama Show. So I'm used to always sort of feeling that pressure of wanting to look and feel my best on camera. So I've literally tried and tested, as I would say, everything and anything on the market to sort of like figure out that life hack, right? Of like how to show up as the best version of yourself and, feel competitive and just feel amazing. And I have three kids. My oldest, Henry, is 10. Henry was my original inspo for the Model Mama. I found out I was pregnant with Henry, let's see, oh my gosh, back to 2015. And it was totally a surprise. Even though I married my high school sweetheart, we had been married for a couple years and together for like ever. I was in the height of my career, working as a model, working at Fox Sports. I was traveling a ton. And I found out I was pregnant, and it was definitely a surprise because we kind of, weren't really trying, but it was the most beautiful surprise. But I was very nervous to sort of come out and say that I was pregnant because I wasn't sure what that sort of, truth would do to my career and how it would affect my relationship with the networks I was working for and the agencies that I was working with. So I was a little sort of apprehensive to share that I was pregnant. Um, but I did, and I sort of had this like internal shift happen where I really felt, okay, my husband works in private equity. He's never around. I am like all over the globe doing all these things, in media. But, I really want to be a mom and I really want to be present and I really, am wanting to sort of craft my life in a way where I can enjoy every aspect. And so I sort of made it my hobby as when I was pregnant with Henry to really dive in and figure out social media because for me, I had been someone who had always created content for networks or brands. And social media was this opportunity where I could still create content for brands and networks, but be a little bit more in control of my schedule and the messaging that I was creating. And when I was having this realization, like, oh my gosh, what is my career going to look like? What's my identity going to look like once I become a mom? I was like, wow, I know that if I'm having this internal dialogue, I'm guarantee a million other women are. So I want to just like come to the forefront and have this conversation. And so that was really the inspo for the Model Mama, was becoming pregnant with Henry and kind of having this realization that I wanted to pivot in my career, and still create content and work with brands, but do it sort of from a different perspective. And so I dove into creating content and building this platform called the Model Mama. And I just felt like at that time, there was so much information about like what to expect when you're expecting and how to take care of a newborn baby, but no one was really having these in-depth conversations about like how you pivot in your career once you become a mom. And so I really wanted to create content about that, like how to, still feel like the best version of yourself once you give birth. And, when you're trying to decide, are you going to go back to work? Are you not going to go back to work? And first of all, I will just say for the record, I think women that, are stay-at-home moms full time, I mean, are literally the true superheroes of life, because that is the hardest job on the planet. Truly the most rewarding, most fulfilling, most amazing job. But I think staying home with my kids is harder than going to work for sure. But I also love being able to do both, because I always say that, being an entrepreneur has made me a better mom, and being a mom has made me a better entrepreneur, because it just, you learn how to be flexible.
You learn a lot of CEO skills as a mom. Life
Yeah.
planning, scheduling, conflicts resolution, budgeting, time management, organization, food planning. Let's face it, whenever I hear a woman say, oh, I've been home for 20 years, I don't have that many skills, I remind them, trust me, you have tremendous skills. So for you, in that postpartum journey, and then you had twins. You had your first son and then
Yes.
you have twins.
Yeah.
I'm sure that so many people feel that pull of having to make that choice. How have you been that
Yeah.
present mom, but still developing all of the things that you are so good at?
Well, that is so nice of you to say. I appreciate that positive feedback so much. I mean, I think that I really love being a mom, and I really love what I do. So I enjoy all of it. So I really carve out time to do all the things that I love most. I also am very fortunate in that I get to bring my family and my kids into a lot of um, events that I do. When I get to create content for brands or resort, we've gotten to travel to really amazing places and create content for these beautiful properties. And my kids get so excited because they know that they're reaping the benefits. I mean, the little ones, maybe not so much, but my older one is very grateful, because if he wasn't, I would whip him into shape, because we all have to not take life for granted. I love like including them in the process, but I love just, I think it's so important for women to really build the right team of people around them too that they trust. And I don't think that you should feel guilty for that. Like if you have to have help, taking care of your kids, or you need to have help around the house, like I think it's important to know when to ask for help, and to really like be able to find the right team that you trust and you feel comfortable with, that like is very aware of what your big picture goals are. I'm very fortunate in that I married my high school sweetheart, which sounds so cheesy, but he knows who he married, and he knew that he wasn't just marrying Susie Homemaker that was gonna waltz around in, an apron and dust off his shoes all day. I was gonna be shooting for the moon, and he was gonna, be cheering me on. And I'm just that person that always really wants to sort of do it all because I think I would be really frustrated and bored otherwise. I don't sleep very much. That's definitely part of my routine. But I try to be really present, with my kids when I have that time carved out for them, like I always pick up my kids from school and on the weekends we always have a designated family day that's, uninterrupted and we do like fun adventures and so it just, it allows me to be present with them, but I also love setting the example of like showing, I mean, my daughter is so funny. I have boy girl twins that are 5, and then my oldest is 10. And my boy girl twins are just so stinking cute. And my daughter the other day, putting my daughter to bed last week, and it was so cute. She's 5, and we're laying down, kind of saying goodnight, doing all of our nighttime routine. And she said, Mommy, can I be 10 things when I grow up? And I said, absolutely. You can be however many things you want and more. Like, get one life, girl. You got to shoot your shot. So she was like, good, because I want to be the CEO of BeautyDrip. I want to be a mom. I want to be veterinarian. I want to be the next Taylor Swift. And she just was reeling off this beautiful, curated list of amazing things she wants to do when she grows up. And I loved that for her. And I love that, she wants all of that because she sees me chasing all of my dreams. And, I'm on the brink of 40. I'm turning 40 in March. And I feel like I still have so many things I want to be when I grow up. So I love that I am sort of setting that precedent for her and for my sons. I want to sort of show them that they can do whatever they want. And it's important to chase your dreams and enjoy what it is that you're doing because we get one life and you got to, craft it the way that you want.
I'm just going to let you know that if I had known how good the 40s were, I'd have turned 40 when I was 30. Because let me
Everyone
tell
says
you,
that.
Tara, you are entering into a phase of life as a woman in your
Yeah.
40s where all of a sudden everything starts to gel. All of the things that you've worked on, the stuff you've aspired to, everything. And then you turn into your 50s, which are just blow the 40s out of the water. And I am now 65. Let me tell you something. You hit your 60s, you think now you don't really care what people think. Once you hit your 60s, you really don't care. So you are on the cusp of coming into the best parts of womanhood. I'm just going
Hey,
to let you know that.
I know. I've heard that and I can already kind of see
It's
it and
true.
feel it. Your 20s and 30s is such a grind, and especially with becoming a mother for the first time and, juggling a career and navigating that transition. I mean, now I feel a lot more settled in those transitions that I can really enjoy it. I mean, obviously there's difficult days and exciting, like there's highs and lows all around, and that's obviously part of life. But I do feel very grateful that, life feels like this culmination of all these different things that I've done, and it's fun to sort of see it all come together. And yeah, getting back to your other question about sort of the evolution of Beauty Drip and kind of where that stemmed from. And so my oldest was, I think, 4.5 when I had my twins. And that was a fun age gap because he was very empowered in his big brother role and was probably excited to, share the spotlight, be the big responsible brother. And then I had twins in the height of the pandemic, which was just so wild because I was stuck in isolated bed rest for about 4 to 5 weeks in the hospital because I went into preterm labor with my twins. So I basically couldn't move in a hospital bed. I feel like I lost all of my muscle tone. And I mean, it was 100% worth it because I'm, knock on wood, so grateful to have happy, healthy twins that, were born 4 weeks early, but they, were healthy and tall and happy. And, I just needed I was like, I had twins, and then, I just thought my body would bounce back the way it did when I had Henry. But, when you have babies or do anything past 35, I think that's really when your hormones start to shift and your, insulin level, like everything is just different. Like your body shifts and as it should, right? Because how boring if we stayed exactly the same our entire life. So I welcome all the shifts because I've literally cracked the most incredible life hack, as I call it, which is the products that we have curated and brought to life at Beauty Drip because after having twins, was a model my whole life. I've always really been able to sort of manipulate my body and feel like my best, and I know what works and what doesn't work. And then, I had twins in the height of 2020 when gyms were closed and resources were limited, and I was just so frustrated because I had never experienced that where like, what I normally had done to sort of bounce back from my postpartum journey just wasn't really working. I was even waking up at 5 a.m. to work out with a trainer, and it was just, I was like, what is even the point of this? I was holding on to this like postpartum weight gain and had all this inflammation, and I had this chronic fatigue, and I ended up just sort of researching, what else could be going on with my body and my system and my recovery. And I sort of was guided to meet this naturopath physician and explore sort of this realm of functional medicine, which Dr. Pasick, as our medical director at Beauty Drip, after meeting and working with her and experiencing so much success, I was like, you need to join my team because we have to bring this brand and this business to life together because she has so much incredible knowledge about peptides, GLP-1s. So she basically helped me sort of reboot my metabolism in my body so that it worked the way that it was supposed to because I was super frustrated because everything that I was doing to sort of lose this 25 pounds, and feeling exhausted and having imbalanced hormones and insulin levels that were off. I sort of dove into this like peptide space with her and started microdosing a GLP-1 compound, which we now offer at Beauty Drip. Our best-selling product is called the Super Skinny, and it's compounded trizepatide, B12 and glycine. And people are obsessed with it because, there's a lot of, everyone's talking about GLP-1s and peptides, and, everyone has a different experience. Some people have a great experience, they lose weight, but they feel awful and they feel sick or they throw up or they have constipation or all these other things. But we've sort of cracked this code on how to dose GLP-1s in a way where you don't feel like shit, basically. You feel amazing and there's no side effects, and you get all the benefits of the long-term health benefits and the longevity benefits. And when I experienced this, I just had this light bulb moment of like, oh my God, these products are incredibly effective, but nobody is sort of prescribing them with all this like comprehensive wellness education tied to the experience. So many people are just buying it online from God knows where. And when I was bringing Beauty Drip to life, there was so much research that went into sourcing these products from the most reputable pharmacy in the country that creates the highest quality compounded peptides in a completely safe and sterile environment that's, regulated by the FDA. And so, when I first started Beauty Drip, we were operating at a pretty small scale. And so I had to really fight my way in to get Strive, our pharmacy partner, to say yes to being our supplier because they're used to working with these, you know, huge brands, offices that are doing these, really large volume orders. And we were, I started with like 20 patients, and it was kind of like friends and family that were so excited to support what I was doing. And I just had to, I think I called this gentleman, Dane. We're now good friends. He's worked his way up at Strive, but he was my rep initially when I started back in July of 2024. And I was like, you know what? I have a really big vision for Beauty Drip and everything that we're doing and bringing to life. We need to partner with someone like you that can really, you know, distribute these products in a super safe, compliant way. Your concentrations are the concentrations that we want to be sending to all of our patients. I totally trust the quality and the compliance behind everything that you're doing. And I hope so because everyone that I'm selling this to, I know personally. So it was a really big accomplishment to get Strive as our pharmacy partner very early on. They're still our partner. We have an incredible relationship with them. We prescribe the highest quality peptide powered products all over the country to all of we have 250 plus patients now, which is pretty incredible. Our growth has just skyrocketed since launch. Because I think people really experience the difference. Like they love that the customer journey is supposed to be luxury and high touch from start to finish. That is the goal. And, my experience working with luxury beauty and wellness brands, kind of my whole career is really what gave me that awareness and desire to want to bring that to life with Beauty Drip. But people, go on our website and sort of get a sense of our curated product offerings. We have everything from weight loss to metabolic, resets to a 6 week detox program. We have, comprehensive nutritional wellness coaching. We have an NAD product. That's another really popular peptide that everyone's talking about. Hailey Bieber talks about how she will never not take NAD because it really reboots your body's ability to produce collagen and, regenerate cells. So that's why, I am on the brink of 40, but I always say I'm trying to look 25 forever and whatever. I feel like it's kind of working. But I feel incredible. I don't have that like chronic fatigue that, you feel sometimes as a mom or as you get older and you feel like you're, chasing your fatigue with caffeine, which is just awful. I feel like we sort of have given all of our patients the ability to sort of feel and look their best from the inside out and really empower them the entire journey so that they really share their experience with their friends and family. And that's been the most exciting thing to witness in bringing Beauty Drip to life is we really haven't done any paid advertising thus far. It's all our growth has been all organic through word of mouth because people can just talk about their experience. And that's really what's helped us grow. And so, yeah, I could go on and on.
To the moms out there, what is the difference? And they need to understand this between the quick fix as opposed to science-backed transformation that you are doing.
No, you know what? I agree. I was the quick fix girl for years. And you can, change your diet, lose a couple pounds or, but moms are busy. Entrepreneurs are busy. You don't want to do something where you feel like there's this like trial period. Like, oh, I'm going to try this new diet and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll work well with my body and I'll feel great, but maybe it won't. Like all of these products are super efficient and they literally reboot your system from the inside out. So it's not a quick fix. It's a lifestyle shift, It's like instead of just changing your diet or eliminating something from your diet, you're literally helping your body function more efficiently from the inside out, which just makes you feel better because you don't feel deprived. You don't like, I honestly feel like these products have healed my relationship with food because, as someone who's, been a model. And you have this weird responsibility, right, as a mom, where you don't want to bring any of your food issues into your kids' existence, right? I was so aware of that. I want to just teach my kids how to eat healthy, have a healthy relationship with food. And I feel like that's why these products are so successful and it's just so incredibly effective because instead of having to count your macros or eliminate things from your diet, you can basically eat whatever you want in moderation. But these products are helping your body sort of just work more efficiently from the inside out so that you don't have to have these weird compulsive diet behaviors. And so your kids can just see, this is what it looks like to have a mom who has a healthy relationship with themselves and with food. And they can, if our kids want to eat ice cream one night and we're all having dessert together or whatever, I can participate and not feel like I have to feel guilty about it or wake up the next day at 5 a.m. and hit the treadmill for 45 minutes or something. Like that was the cycle that I used to be on. And it was the crazy train. And I'm so happy to no longer have that like guilt associated with indulging in food. I can really just be present and enjoy creating, healthy, balanced meals for my family. And I can still look and feel my best and show up and, be present because I'm not having this weird internal dialogue about what I can and can't eat.
That's a great way for us to start wrapping up this conversation, Tara. What do you want to say to the mom who's listening and how may they reach out to you?
Okay, well, this product, BeautyDrip, is for you busy, incredible moms. I see you, I know how hard you work, and I just think women shouldn't feel guilty for feeling and wanting to feel like the best version of themselves. I created BeautyDrip because I know how effective these products are and how incredible I felt after really rebooting my system with our super skinny product and functional medicine protocols. And, I don't want to waste anyone's time. The moms are incredibly busy. You work so hard to make life so incredible for your family and your loved ones and your community, and you deserve to look and feel incredible too. So these products are for you. They're incredibly safe. They're science-backed. And I just wanted to bring this to life. So every woman on planet Earth, or man for that matter, we have men patients too, but they can look and feel their best and show up and, carve out that time for themselves because you shouldn't feel guilty about that. And you can find us. Our website is beautydrip.co. We also have an Instagram at beautydrip.co. And then my Instagram is at Tara Turnure. So follow along for all my mom inspo life hacks. And I would love to support any and all of your journey because we're all on this wild ride together.
Tara, I so appreciate you taking the time to come on the show and share. All of Tara's links are going to be live. So with everything you are hearing about the GLP-1 and everything else, take a look at something that is actually science-backed, that actually is looking at the whole person, not just one single thing. And that's what I think is setting BeautyDrip onto its other level, because you are looking at the whole person. So again, all of Tara's links are going to be live. Reach out. Thank you so much for taking the time today, Tara, to come and share.
Thank you. It was so fun chatting with you.
Oh, right back at you. And for everyone tuning in, thanks so much for being here. We're going to close out with our fabulous theme song from Smith Sisters and the Sunday Drivers. So till next time, this is Dori DeCarlo saying go out and create a marvelous you. Bye for now.
She is sure. She is sure. She is strong. She is strong. She is true. She is true. She is brave. She is brave. She is bold. She is bold. She is you. She is you. She is you. She is you. She is sure. She is sure. She is strong. She is strong. She is true. She is true. She is brave. She is brave. She is bold. She is bold. She is you. She is you. She is you. She is you. Sure of herself. Yeah, she takes care of biz. Powerful and strong. Yeah, she knows who she is, has integrity, woman strong and She is